the ANC's Eastern Cape Elective Conference, though, is finally kicking off this weekend. Can you believe it? It's because the conference has been postponed twice. Eastern Cape Premier Oscar Mabuyane and former Provincial Treasurer Bobalo Madikizela are contesting the chairpersonship. Well, let's get the details of where we are and go live to our senior reporters, both Siphamandla Goge and Aviwe Mtila, live from East London. Now, Siphamandla, hello to you. What's happening at this hour as the sun begins to set, but it looks like a new dawn for the Eastern Cape, possibly by the end of this weekend? How are preparations going?
Well, preparations are well underway, and that simply means the moment of truth is fast approaching for ANC leaders and members in the Eastern Cape, particularly those who are vying for the powerful positions of being in the executive of the province here in the Eastern Cape. Let me tell you that registration is underway. My colleague Joe Omane will show you. It's been going on for the better part of the day, really, since mid-morning. Delegates, branch delegates of the ANC have been registering. There is tight security here. They are being vetted, they are scanned, and they are processed. Once they are done with being, checked on this list, their credentials are verified, and then they will go through to the Orient Theatre. That's where they will finally register. I'm not sure whether you can still hear me, but nonetheless, let me tell you that the registration process still continues here. We'll just take a turn here. Joe Omane will show you this line here. It's a very long line. It's been like this for the better part of the day. The registration venue is different from the conference venue itself. The conference will take place at the ICC in East London, the eagerly awaited provincial elective conference of the ANC in the Eastern Cape. Remember, the 2017 one was dubbed the Festival of Chairs. There was violence. It was chaotic. Authorities in the province say they do not anticipate a repeat of those chaotic scenes in 2017. Oscar Mabuyane is said to be contested by Bobalo Madikizela, the former provincial treasurer of the ANC in the Eastern Cape. They were once political allies who have drifted apart. There is too much interest in this conference of the ANC in the Eastern Cape. The province is regarded as President Cyril Ramaphosa's stronghold, with Oscar Mabuyane being defined or described as President Ramaphosa's political ally. Whatever happens here will surely somehow influence the December conference of the ANC when they elect their national leadership in December. It's not only Bobalo Madikizela and Oscar Mabuyane who are contesting. Well, for now, they are regarded as the front runners. It's a two-horse race, but let me tell you that Mlibo Koboshiane has told the eNCA that he will be available to contest for the position of the chairperson of the ANC in the Eastern Cape. Let's take a listen to what he said.
I think first and foremost we need to have a leadership that is able to work as a force, as elected, as people that can also, again, ensure that there is unity of this province. We deliver peace within the African National Congress. We ensure that it is having a touch with the society and the people of this province. We need a leadership that is conscious of being in the public office, people who will protect not only the integrity, but ensuring that the renewal that we are speaking about is also consummate with the understanding of discipline of this organization. We need a revolutionary tone that is showing humility at all material times. So I think a collective that is able to translate policies into action and ensuring that Eastern Cape in the province is taken from where it is to what people of this province are intending to see, creating the jobs, ensuring that the economy is functional, ensuring that politically we are stable, ensuring that the collective leadership that is elected is able to lead. I think that coherence is very much important.
All right, we're going to go back to Siphamandla Goge again a little bit later. Let's head back over now to Aviwe Mtila, who's also down in the Eastern Cape for us for this Eastern Cape Elective Conference. And Aviwe, hello to you. So as far as running for chairmanship is concerned, also have to watch that race very carefully, Aviwe, don't we? And the name of Bobalo Madikizela, certainly one we have to keep a very close eye out for, don't we?
Certainly, Gareth, and he says that he's now contesting the chairmanship because of the soaring levels of unemployment in the Eastern Cape. It was put at the fore as one of the highest unemployment rates in South Africa. In fact, the highest. Similar sentiment that you'll hear from the delegates, the voting delegates that are in support of Babalo Madikizela taking over from Oscar Mabuyane. They say that their various regions have been neglected by the current leadership of the African National Congress, while it's basically enriching themselves. That's the sentiment that you'll get on the ground here, as Babalo Madikizela says that he now wants to bring in investments in the Eastern Cape. So, a conversation that we had as that registration process was happening just outside the ICC here, this is what he had to say on why he's decided to take on this role of chairmanship.
Of late, the province is more on labor sending province to other provinces. It's very thin development, there's very thin in investment. And as you can see, currently we are leading in the country as #1 in unemployment in terms of percentage. So now the leadership of the branches believed that we as this generation that they've nominated would be able to try then to cover the lost ground in the province. They believe we can make the change that is needed in the province.
Well, as you can imagine, a very dynamic elective conference we're covering for you this weekend. Let's go back once again to Siphamandla Gorge. Hello to you, Siphamandla. Clearly, the energy levels are up for the delegates. They want to get going, and one of the people that they could or could not be voting for is the Premier Oscar Mabuyane. You heard about his challenges. What did he have to say to you?
Well, he says he's coming back. There is a campaign by those who are lobbying for Babalo Madikizela to contest him. They've come up with a hashtag which says #Agabuyi. On the other side, Oscar Mabuyane's supporters have come up with a counter hashtag which says Uyabuya 2022. So the ones that you hear singing behind me are the supporters of Babalo Madikizela who are singing in support of Babalo Madikizela. Oscar Mabuyane's supporters are at the Buffalo City College. That's where they are gathering. Later on they will be doing a head count. Basically, Oscar Mabuyane is saying he's got some unfinished business that he would want to finish, and that's why he says he wants to be re-elected. Let's take a listen.
We've moved from where we are seated. We've moved to a certain extent, and surely it is not going to be done over a year or so. As I'm talking about you reviving these factories that have been defunct for more than 20 years now as we speak. So we're looking at also the element of agro-processing, because this is where you create jobs. As long as we are still stuck with the primary production, we'll have a problem. So we are doing some good work. There's some solid foundation which was done, and we have laid this foundation and the work has begun. So it's going to be a process to move us forward.
Those who support you say Uyabuya. Those who are lobbying against you say Awubuye. Utin when Uyabuya no Mabuya.
Right, now let's end things off by going back once again to Aviwe Mtila for us and talk about what seems to be a perception, Aviwe, as far as Oscar Mabuyane is concerned and Babalo Madikizela. It seems they don't really get along. So what are they saying about their relationship?
Have to take you back to their relationship and how close they were. Essentially, they were allies going into the 2017 conference, where they were on the same slate. Even Babalo Madikizela emerging as the treasurer of the province, while Oscar Mabuyane emerged as the chairperson of the province. But of course, going into this now conference, they're on opposing ends. It's a conversation that I had with Madikizela. I would suggest that they're actually quite united, even wanting to show me some WhatsApp messages saying that they're actually quite united, and this is all politics. He says that this is a call from the branches that have urged him on to take on leadership in the role of the ANC chairmanship. In the conversation that we had earlier on with Madikizela, let's take a listen to just how he paints the relationship with Oscar Mabuyane. Let's take a listen to that.
No, there's nothing that went wrong. We're still very close. If I can show you our charts, we're still the same. It's just an open organizational contest. As I'm saying, it was not of our own making. it was because of the branches and subsequently the leadership of the regions that led to discussions in approaching some of us to avail ourselves. So it has got nothing to do with personalities and relations. We are still solid. We are still very close friends. It's just that it's just a contest that will have nothing to do with personalities, and definitely whoever emerges, there will be no difference in terms of personal relation, and I am certain the ANC will remain united.
Well, it's been postponed twice. A lot of anticipation, a lot of excitement going into the weekend for the ANC elective conference. Our senior reporters on the ground, anything they hear about, we'll bring it to you here on eNCA. Siphamandla Goge and Aviwe Mtila, back to you, I'm sure, later in the evening. If you just joined